Hi, I'm Michalek, and today I'm going to be telling you the story of the Deathly Hallows, the Three Brothers. This is a story from the seventh and final Harry Potter book in the series, and it takes place when Ron, Harry, and Hermione go to see Mr. Lovegood. So, welcome to the Wizarding World. There once were three brothers traveling down a lonely and winding road at midnight. And while they were traveling this long and winding road, they came across a treacherous river. It was too deep to wade through and far too dangerous to try to swim across. But these brothers were learned in the magical arts, so they all pulled out their wands and conjured a bridge so that they may safely cross the river. They began to cross the river, and as they got halfway across, their path became blocked by a dark, hooded figure. And Death spoke to them. Now, Death was angry. He had just been cheated out of 3 new victims. Most victims didn't make it crossing the river, for they usually drown. But Death was a cunning one. He pretended to congratulate the brothers in their magic and their ability to conjure the bridge. He said they had all earned a prize for conquering Death. Now, the first brother was a combative man. So he asked for a wand that was more powerful than any in existence. He wanted a wand that would enable him to win any duel that he encountered. A wand that was worthy of a wizard who had just defeated Death. So Death walked over to one of the riverbanks where there was an elderly tree. He took a branch from that tree and fashioned a wand of the eldest brother's desire and handed it to him. The second brother was an arrogant man. And he didn't want to just humiliate Death. That wasn't enough. So he asked for the power to bring people back from the dead. So Death looked down, picked up a stone from the ground, and handed it to him, saying, "This stone will give you the power to bring people back from the dead." Now, when Death asked the third brother what he would like, the third brother was the humblest and the smartest of the 3 brothers, and so he didn't trust Death. So he asked to be hidden so that when he went away from this spot, Death wouldn't be able to follow him and find him. And so Death, most unwillingly, took off and handed him his own cloak of invisibility. After Death had given the 3 brothers their gifts, he stepped aside and allowed them to pass. They did so, each talking about the adventure they had just had and reveling in their new and glorious gifts. And they continued on their journey, but after a while they separated, each continuing on their own path to their destination. The oldest brother traveled for about a week or so to a distant and faraway village where there was a man with which he had a quarrel. He dueled with this man, and because he held the Elder Wand, he won the duel. Leaving the man dead on the ground, he walked to the nearest inn, celebrating and boasting about his victory and his wand, saying that it was a wand given to him by Death himself, making him an invincible wizard. But later that night, a thief crept into his room while he was sleeping. He was in such a deep sleep from his celebrations and boasting at the inn. So the thief just took the wand from him while he was sleeping, and for good measure, he slit the eldest brother's throat. And thus, Death took the first brother for his own. The second brother had traveled back to his home. And he picked up the stone, he looked at it, turned it 3 times over in his hand, and to his surprise and amazement, he looked up to see his betrothed, the woman he was going to marry had it not been for her untimely death, standing before him. But she was not entirely there, for she did not truly belong in this world and was separated from him by a veil. And after a long time, the second brother went mad from hopeless longing and finally killed himself so that he may truly be with his beloved. And thus Death claimed the second brother for his own. But though he tried for many years, Death couldn't find the third brother. It wasn't until the third brother had become an old man and taken off the cloak and given it to his son that Death found him. The third brother greeted Death as a friend, and they traveled off as equals, each leaving this world. And that's the story of the 3 brothers and the Deathly Hallows. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.